Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm going to get started in a minute. I just need to let everybody on social media know that the stream is getting ready to start. Okay, before I get into tonight's topic, I'm going to go over a little perfunctory and a progress report on several SJS Direct projects. Now, my new John Haynes series book, Godbreaker, will be coming out in March 31st, and I've got the proof copy of John Haynes' Godbreaker. Now, John Haynes' Godbreaker takes place right after John Haynes at Death's Door, and in this story, John Haynes, the man who rules the world, takes on the Asgardian god of thunder, who wants to take him on, challenge him because he has heard about John's battle with Thanatos, which was featured in the Kickstarter comic and the paperback edition of John Haynes at Death's Door. So, if you want to pick up the latest book in the John Haynes series, you can pre-order your Kindle version or digital version of John Haynes at Death's Door right now, and it will be delivered to your device, like your smartphone or your tablet, and it'll be delivered to that device on March 31st. All of the files for John Haynes' Godbreaker are complete, and I'm just going through final edits, so you'll be able to get your copy of John Haynes' Godbreaker when it releases on March 31st. So I'm going to leave a link to John Haynes' Godbreaker, which has a great cover by my artist, Mike Williams, who did a fantastic job on John Haynes' Godbreaker's cover. And he'll be doing the cover for the upcoming John Haynes book, John Haynes 1987, which takes place in 1987. So if you're a Gen Xer from the 1980s, I think you'll enjoy John Haynes 1987, which takes us for a look into John Haynes' past, and I think you'll enjoy it. So you can pick up, pre-order your copy of John Haynes' Godbreaker tonight, and it would be greatly appreciated if you supported that book. Now, that is one of the perfunctory things. The other thing I want people to know is that I am sketching up some art for the covers for John Haynes 1987, and I'm still ironing out some of the 2023 or 2024 ISIS series stories because I've got some ideas for ISIS series stories, but I'm really trying to lay out the theme for the third storyline. The ISIS second story arc ended with ISIS Legacy. So all of the stories from ISIS Wrath of the Cyber Goddess all the way to ISIS Legacy make up the second story arc. And I'm working on the third story arc right now as I'm working on getting out the books of the 2023 catalog. And one of the books of the 2023 catalog that I really want people to put their pre-orders in for is a book by my friend Lawrence Cherry. And this book by Lawrence Cherry is called The Retreat. Now, The Retreat is a Christian fiction book, and it will be free on two platforms. Like, it will be free on Smashwords, and it will be free on Google Play. So if you want to pick up Lawrence Cherry's newest book, The Retreat, you can pick up Lawrence Cherry's newest book, The Retreat, right now by pre-ordering it on Google Play. And if you want to get a paperback version, you can get a paperback version right now. So those are the first two books of the SJS Direct 2023 catalog. And that I'm hoping you guys pick up those books because it's greatly appreciated. Now, again, this is Larry comes out with books every couple of years, and this is another book in his commencement saga. Now, with all of that perfunctory complete, I'm going to get into tonight's topic. And tonight's topic was one that just came out of nowhere because I was on social media and Tia Mowry decided to go out here and post a picture of herself on social media saying, I know love will find me again. Now, I'm laughing at this whole picture Tia Mowry posted on social media because it's just absolutely hilarious. And it's so hilarious because it just shows how delusional Tia Mowry is as related to her situation. Now, your Tia Mowry is 44, going on 45 years old, and she's out here talking about how she's going to be able to find love again after divorcing her husband of 14 years, Corey Hardick. And I believe that Tia Mowry possibly went out here divorcing Corey Hardick due to the influence of the women in her life. Now, one of the things that has messed up many Black women is the company that they keep. Because many Black women, because they keep the wrong company, they get involved with really toxic female friends. And these toxic female friends, what they do is influence women to go out here and make really bad decisions. And this is a topic I went into in my book, in my classic blog, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. And if you guys want to pick up that book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, and learn about that talking point, you can find that book on Amazon.com right now in paperback. You can find that on Amazon.com right now. And I go in depth on that talking point, just like I'm going to go in depth on it tonight. I'm going to sit there and talk about it because I believe what happened with Tia Mowry, Keke Palmer, and Megan Good is they wound up getting influenced by toxic friends. And these toxic friends went out here making them believe that going out and leaving their husbands would allow them to go on a quest for a better deal. Now, that's one of the reasons I believe Tia Mowry is talking about why she believes love will find her again. And this was a point I went in depth on in my book, The Woman Crisis, because many women, like Tia Mowry, they will be in a good marriage. And as they're in a good marriage, they get involved with these toxic friends. And as they get involved with these toxic friends tell them, oh, there's a better man out there. They tell them that there's a better guy out there and that they can do better than the man that they're involved with. And as their friends tell them that they can go out here and get this better man, they go on what I call the quest for the better deal. Now, Tia Mowry is one of those women, I believe, who was influenced to go on this quest for a better deal. And as she's gone on this quest for the better deal, she has decided to go out here and talk about how it's her turn and how she's going to talk about how she's going to go out here and live her life, not understanding that she's been set up by toxic friends and she's been set up by these toxic friends who basically see her happy, and because they see her happy in her marriage to her husband, what they want to do is break up that marriage because those women are jealous of Tia Mowry and her success because she has her own husband and she has a home with two children who are growing up healthy. This is what's making those friends really angry, and what these friends do is secretly go out here looking to sabotage a woman like a Tia Mowry. And they're looking to sabotage a woman like a Tia Mowry because they don't want her to have that happiness and they don't want her to have that peace that she would have in a marriage being married to a brother like a Corey Hardick. And because these women see Tia Mowry out here doing well, what they want to do is go out here and find a way to sabotage her. And this is where the friends will go out here and encourage a woman like a Tia Mowry to go out here and leave her husband, talking about, yeah, you need to leave him, girl. He ain't nothing. You can do better than him. That's what the friends will egg a woman to go out here who's married to do. And as they're egging her on to go out here and leave her husband, she doesn't understand the subtleties of the politics transpiring around her. And she doesn't understand that her friends are basically playing her. That's what Tia Mowry doesn't understand, that her so-called friends, what they're doing is putting a battery in her back, like Ringo usually says, sending her out on a kamikaze mission. And as they send her out on a kamikaze mission, talking about, oh, you need to go get a better man, what they're doing is having her, sending her out here thinking that she's going to get a better man, but there is no better man out there. And this quest for the better deal, what this leads to Tia getting is a raw deal. And as she gets the raw deal, when she goes out into the social marketplace as a bust down, where her social marketplace value is now 50, 60, 70, even 80% off the original social marketplace value, she's not finding that so-called good man or that high value man. No, what she's finding is that there are no guys better than Corey Hardick. No, what she's finding is there's no more opportunities for love because the pool of simps that she grew up in, that pool has basically dried up because as Tia Mowry is a Gen Xer like myself, what's happening to her is she's going to find out that there aren't many guys out there who are single, and the guys who are single, like myself, they're not really interested in getting involved with a Tia Mowry, and they're not interested because they know that Tia Mowry is going to be coming to any new relationship with soul ties to Corey Hardick because she did not divorce him for the right reasons under the Most High, and the only reason for a divorce is fornication. So she's not divorcing this man for the right reasons, and because she didn't divorce this man for the right reasons, she still has a soul tie to this man. She still has a connection to this man, and that connection, along with her two children, make it where a man like myself, who is a member of her generation, we're not going to be interested in getting involved with a Tia Mowry, and we're not going to be interested in getting involved with a Tia Mowry because we know that she comes with a lot of emotional baggage. And as she's out here talking and it's about her turn, that's going to be a turnoff for most guys like myself who are a part of her age range. And because most single guys, again, they have no incentive to get involved with a Tia Mowry. She's saying she's going to find love again, but what she's going to find are that there aren't many suitors out there because most guys, again, who are in the age range, what's going to happen is those guys just ain't interested in getting involved with no Tia Mowry. No, they ain't interested in getting involved with no Tia Mowry because they don't want to deal with a woman who has soul ties to another man. Moreover, they don't want to deal with Corey Hardick, who is the father of Tia Mowry's children. And as the father of those children, he has a right to say who it gets involved with his ex-wife, because that ex-wife is going to be raising his children. And a man cannot go out here and lead a family that as related to things, because that's what happens with many men out here. You can't lead in a stepfather situation because this woman, one, already has emotions tied to another man. She has soul ties and spiritual connections to another man. She has DNA connected to another man. So she cannot go out here and bond with you at all. So that woman will never be able to find love with another man, and she won't be able to find love with another man because she still has connections to that other man. So that's where Tia Mowry gets it all wrong. And she's been, as I see it, basically misled by a group of friends and who are telling her, oh, love will find her again. No, love ain't finding Tia again. As I see it, she's gotten her chance at love. And now that she's thrown away her chance at love, her probability of finding another chance at another quality dude is slim to none. So let everybody get the likes up. We've got 18 in the room. We've got 12 likes. Let's get the likes up. And I'm still going to continue going in on Tia Mowry because, again, she's an example of why sisters out here need to watch the company they keep. That's one of the things that sisters have to understand. You have to watch the company that you keep because not every friend is a friend. No, there's a lot of enemies in your social circle, and a lot of those sisters in your social circle are not looking out for your best interest. So you've got a lot of people in your social circle who ain't looking out for your best interest. And that's something many sisters out here really got to think about, because while there may be people who are agreeing with you, many of those people who are agreeing with you when things are going bad are oftentimes looking for an opportunity to work against you. And that's something many people really need to think about, especially a lot of sisters out here. You got to think about the company you're keeping, because a lot of that company, these aren't friends. No, they are frenemies. And in the case of a frenemy, what happens is she'll pretend to be your friend, but secretly she's your enemy. And she'll encourage you to go out here and leave your husband. She'll encourage you to leave your man. And as she's encouraging you to leave your husband and your man, in a lot of cases, that same female who's telling you, you go, girl, you can do better than him, this same female is plotting to go out here and get with your man. They're waiting 3 to 6 months or even less time than that to try to slip in and start whispering in the ear of your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend. And this female will be sitting up there talking about, girl, that she go on, girl, get on away from him. But later on is creeping, talking about, nah, she wasn't doing you right. I can do better than her. And you're thinking, oh, I got a friend. But then 6, 8 months later, you're finding out this same female is out here with your man, and she's out here with your man talking about you left him alone. So I decided to just try to I decided to talk to him one day, and stuff kind of happened. No, stuff didn't happen. This chick set you up like a pawn in a chess game. And as she set you up in a pawn in a chess game, she was out here looking to go get with your man because she knew he was a quality man. She was watching as you were bringing her to the house. She was watching your man going out here taking care of business. She was watching your man go out here taking care of the house, taking care of the family, running the household. She was watching all of this. And as she was watching all of this, what she was doing was making plans to go get your man. And as she was looking to get your man, she was looking to get that man for herself and do it where you're sitting there thinking, I don't need this man, and telling you that you don't need this man. Because a lot of these chicks who talk about being strong and independent and they don't need no man, what they're looking to do is go out here and take a man by manipulating a woman into getting into her feelings and telling her the lie, oh, you can do better than him when you're already doing well with this man. That's what they do. They set you up, and that's what happened, I believe, here with Tia Mowry. Now, the next woman who I see who got basically set up on a road for failure due to toxic friends was actress Keke Palmer. Now, actress Keke Palmer was on the road to success early on when she was starring in movies like Aquila and The Bee, and she was looking like she was doing well and looking on the road to being a woman who could possibly be on the road to marriage. But she took a bad detour working on a show, Insecure, with Issa Rae. And when she went and worked on that show with Issa Rae, she got involved with hood rats. And as she got involved with hood rats, they put her on the road to becoming a single mother. Now, Keke Palmer, again, she had a very promising start, and we thought she was on the road to success after Aquila and The Bee, and we thought Keke Palmer would be a woman who would basically be easy to find a husband because she had a lot of qualities and values that made her attractive to quality men. But again, what happened here is that she got involved with the wrong dudes. And as she got involved with the wrong dudes on the set of this Issa Rae show, what happened was she wound up on the road to becoming a single mother. Now, again, that's why, sisters, you gotta watch the company you keep, because the company you keep will either put you in bad company or they will put you in quality company. So you've got a lot of sisters out here like a Keke Palmer. They're doing well in school, or they're doing well with their husband, or they're doing well on the job. They've got that promise. They're young. They're doing all right. Then all of a sudden, they get involved with one of these hood rats who goes out here and tells her, go on, girl. Yeah, you can go on. And she's got this street whole culture, or she's one of these radical feminists. And and as she's getting influenced by this individual, because they appear to have some sort of charisma, what they do is start influencing her to participate in behavior that isn't going to take them on a bad road. And that's what I believe happened to Keke Palmer when she was on that set with Issa Rae. What happened was she was getting involved with these types of hood rat females who were on that set. And as she got on that set, what happened was they were telling her, oh, it's okay to be a single mother. It's okay to just have a child out of wedlock. And it's okay to settle for less. And as she was on the set of this show, she got involved with one of these rappers or one of these pookies. And she went from being a woman who was on the road to being a wife, to being a single mother, who was bragging about being a single mom on Saturday Night Live. So we saw Keke Palmer going from being True Jackson VP to being a baby mommy. And again, she's a baby mama with a child out of wedlock. Again, a complete fall from grace when you consider where she started. And again, all because she was not careful about who she got involved with. That's something most Black women really have to think about, because a lot of Black women, they get caught up in their feelings about people. And as they get involved with people and they think about how they're making them feel, they're not thinking about how this influence is very detrimental to them and how it's detrimental to their overall life. So this is was a sad story when I heard about Keke Palmer and what happened to her on this, and about this, her being on the road to being a single mom. Because again, I would never think that would happen, but this is what happens to many Black women in my neighborhood, the South Bronx. What happens is you have a lot of girls who are doing well in school, a lot of girls doing all right, a lot of girls doing okay on the road to success, on the road to being a wife and finding a husband, but they get knocked off because they're told, "Oh, you're not being real. You're being old-fashioned." And that one of the things that they attack women like Tia Mowry and Keke Palmer with is they start challenging them as related to their Black identity. Because what many of these dysfunctional women will do is they will go after a successful Black woman's whole racial identity. And what they will tell them is that they're not acting Black, that they're not being real, and they'll put them on a road to dysfunction by telling them that being a real Black woman is all about being independent and on your own. And they'll tell them that it's all about you going out here and having a man, not a husband, and you going out here and finding your own happiness. What they will do is go out here talking all of these feminist talking points. And as they're talking all of these feminist talking points, you don't know you're being set up to become miserable in the company of extremely miserable women. Because what these women want to do is they use peer pressure to make you think there's something wrong with you when there's nothing wrong with you at all. What they want to do is make you feel like you're inadequate, make you feel like something's wrong with you. That's one of the things many of these ratchet females do. They go out here trying to tell you, "Oh, your life isn't right." They'll tell you your life isn't working, when in actuality, you are living the abundant life that the Most High has provided for you. And you're living the life that the Most High wants to bless you with. And He's blessed you with a great life. But because you want to be fit in and be accepted by these Black women, and be a so-called real Black woman, what happens is you walk away from the abundant life the Most High has blessed you with, and you start headed down the road to becoming so-called real in an effort to become socially accepted. This is the major mistake that many sisters go out here and make. They go out here looking to be accepted by other women, not understanding that some of those women that they're involved with are extremely toxic, and those women, in many cases, are extremely jealous of you. Many of the women who many sisters get involved with who are successful, a lot of these women are extremely jealous. And when they see you going right, they see everything in your life going good, what they want to do is throw a monkey wrench in things by telling you that you're being boring, you're not acting right, you're not Black enough. This isn't what a real Black woman does. Again, they play these mind games on sisters, And as they're playing these mind games on sisters, what they do is go out here and manipulate a sister into believing that she's failing in life, that she's lame, that she's a square. That's what they do to sisters. And again, they play these kind of games on sisters, and they're sitting up there thinking, oh, there's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You're doing good. But the only thing you need to do is find some different company because you can find a better group of women to be friends with. That is something many sisters out here need to really understand. You can find better friends because a friend who truly cares about you, when they see your life going good, they are going to want to see you have success and they're going to want to be a part of that success. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of Black women out here who don't know what having good friends is. They don't know how to have friends because they have oftentimes seen a lot of these women, again, being extremely jealous. And a lot of them, they're not used to people giving them positive attention. So they go out here looking to get involved with whoever is just going out here and validating them. People, what a lot of women do is they start thinking, oh, this person is agreeing with me. And because they're agreeing with me, they think that this person actually has their best interests at heart. No, a lot of times people will go along to get along, and they'll go along to get along so that they can get inside of your inner circle. And then as they get involved with your inner circle, they work to sabotage you behind the scenes. That's something many sisters don't really understand about the company they're keeping because they're just so desperate for positive attention because there's a lot of negative attention directed towards Black women that they're looking for anybody who will go out here and tell them good things. And if somebody tells them good things, they will go out here and emotionally attach to that person because they are not used to a person saying something good about them. That's something many women like a Tia Mowry or a Keke Palmer don't usually get in their life because they really don't get people in their lives who can go out here and give them those positive affirmations and that positive validation. Thank you, KJ. I really appreciate that. Yeah, they're looking for that social acceptance because they believe that in white supremacist America, Black women don't get validation and acceptance from other women because they believe white women are better than they are. And what they do is are desperate for that validation and acceptance. And whenever some sister comes along and starts just whispering in her ear, what she does is go out here and seek that validation from that individual, not understanding they are being charmed by a snake who is out to fill them with venom. And as they fill them with venom, they turn against the people who love them, like their husbands and their boyfriends and their children. That's how extreme some of these women are as related to their social circles. They'll tell you that everybody needs to go, thinking that, oh, this will make things better. But what this friend is doing is looking to tear your family apart. And they're looking to tear your family apart because they don't have a family. They want to tear yours apart because they're jealous of the fact that you've got a good family, you've got a good husband, you've got a nice home, and they don't want you to have your home. They don't want you to have happiness because they're not happy themselves. And since they're not happy, they want you to be miserable in their company. And they want you to be so miserable that you're sitting there and just sitting there simmering and boiling all the time, angry all the time, grill cooking, talking bad about people. And all they want to do is sit there and gossip with you about, oh, this one's doing bad, this one's not going right, things ain't going good, because they've got nothing in their life worth aspiring for, nothing worth seeking to achieve. That is what has them upset. And again, they'll tell you to go on a wild goose chase looking for love, looking for a better deal. But there is no better deal. No, God has already blessed you with a good deal. But what they want to do is take away your deal. And what they want to do is leave you with a raw deal, because as you're sitting there with the raw deal, sitting up in some club with women who are 20, 30 years younger than you, hoping to get the attention of some high value dude who basically doesn't even go to this place anymore, because mature men do not go to clubs, they do not go to bars, no, and they don't go out here looking for love. No, guys who are on their purpose, they're not looking to chase some woman like some simp who's in his 20s. And that's where women like Tia Mowry and Keke Palmer wind up getting an extremely raw deal. And again, they get the raw deal because they keep the company with toxic women, not understanding that the toxic women are the reason why they are in a bad place. They took the advice of bad counsel. And as they took the advice of bad counsel, what happened to both of these women is an example of what happens to many young sisters out here who are out here on their purpose, got their life on a good road. As they're getting their life on a good road, what happens is you get the jealous friends, you get the frenemies, you get these people. And as you get these people in your life, what they do is tell you crazy things like you can do better all by yourself. You can do better than this man that you're involved with. You can do better than being under this guy. You can do better. This is what they always try to tell you. You can always do better. But the whole thing is that when you try to go out into the world, you wind up walking away from everything that God has given you, hoping that the devil will give you better. But the devil ain't going to give you better. No, he's going to give you worse. And what you're getting is absolutely nothing, because you're just out here sitting up hoping that somebody will notice you, hoping somebody will see you and hope to give you love. But there's no love out there, because the only thing that's out there is a bunch of users, because all of the quality men, after a certain point, most of those men are already been taken, because once they step into the social marketplace, many young women start to see, hey, I've got to start picking one of these guys, and I see the quality guy, and I'm going to get him off the market. And from what I've seen, when the women see a quality dude, they start making moves on that dude under the table, behind the scenes. They get that guy off the market even before he even starts announcing himself. So oftentimes what will happen is many women will sit there and see a guy coming into a social space like a job. And while this Me Too movement and stuff has it where many men don't want to bother with women, there will be women who will be watching a dude, because women constantly watch dudes. And what they will do is find that moment to try to go out here and make the move on that guy. And they will slip and sneak that guy right out of the social marketplace before he even steps on the social marketplace. What's going on, T-Mac 87? Glad to see you here. What's going on, everybody? Glad to see you here, Nightingale Wednesday Nightmare. Glad to see you here, Gabria Bradley, Kenneth Gibson. What's going on, KJ? What's going on, Frank B, Brandon Ethereal? Salute to you. Good evening, Lamel Price. Good evening, everybody. So good evening, Dark Titan, longtime viewer. Everybody hit the like button. We got 33 in the room, and it looks like we got, I think, about 17 likes. So let's get those likes up, and let's get those likes up for this stream. because that really helps with the algorithm, and it helps you move on. And Reverend Tim Duncan, yeah, you make a good point that Tia Mowry, when she put her foot in her mouth, how do you graduate from marriage? I mean, marriage is supposed to be the graduation into womanhood, and that's clearly stated in the Bible. But we've got Tia Mowry sitting here thinking she's going to find love again. But no, you're not going to find anything because you've gone out of God's order. And when you go out of God's order, you're not going to get anything but chaos. And Tia Mowry, as I see it, isn't going to find any love again. No, she's not going to find love because she basically is filled with self-hatred. Glad to see you here, One Full Boss and Kid Gravity Beyond, more longtime viewers. Again, glad to see you all here for tonight's stream. And again, going in on Tia Mowry and Keke Palmer, because I believe what happened to both of these women is they just got out here with bad company. And I've seen bad company go out here and put an anchor around a sister's leg and basically drown a sister who had lots of promise. I've seen this in high school where you got girls who are doing well, got themselves on the road to scholarship. They get involved with one of these hood rat chicks or one of these fast girls, and they start telling her she needs a man. She needs to go out here and have sex at an early age. And she goes from being on the road to graduating and getting a full ride scholarship to becoming a single mother. And I've seen very beautiful young sisters basically lose everything, all because they wanted to be in with some so-called cool girls. And what's really sad here is that you've got a middle-aged woman like Tia Mowry and a young woman like Keke Palmer. Again, women who are living on two different levels of life that were doing well, and they fell victim to the exact same quest for fitting in and social acceptance that people like myself outgrew way back in high school. Because there comes a point where you have to outgrow this whole frame of thinking of social acceptance and understand that if the Most High has blessed you with something good, then you need to hold on to what you have instead of going on this quest to be validated and accepted by a group of other people who, if they truly cared about you, would want to, again, encourage you to keep what you've got, not go out here and throw it all away on a feeling, on a quest for so-called happiness like Tia Mowry did, or on a quest to fit in with others like with Keke Palmer did. I mean, in each of these cases, both of these women wound up throwing away a great life, and now they're sitting there hoping to find better, but there won't be any better as I see it. And I don't think they're going to find better because, again, at this stage in life, there's not going to be better because they're chasing something as related to a carrot, because that's what the hood rat friends will do, have you chasing a carrot. And as you're chasing a carrot, they're walking over to your husband, walking over to your man, or walking into your opportunities. That's another thing a lot of sisters need to understand. You will have opportunities, and what these friends will do is throw you off the road, because a lot of times females, they know that if you're good at something, they want to eliminate their competition. So that's another thing sisters really have to think about as related to their lives. They have to think about, hey, I'm doing good. I'm going somewhere. And what this person wants to do is tell me to go on a road so that they can go out here and take my opportunity. That's another thing sisters really need to really be on their P's and Q's about, because you got a lot of females who see you doing well, especially in things like jobs, and what they want to do is take your job by getting you to go out here and quit your job. This is what I've seen happen as related to some people out here who have teaching jobs and other jobs. You will have another woman out here looking to get your job, and you'll be doing all right, making good money. And because this chick is jealous of your success, what she'll do is try to set you up by telling you, oh, you can do better than this, or she'll be sitting up there looking to sabotage you. So you, again, gotta watch the company you keep. And one of the things that will help you, again, is having a good boyfriend or a good husband or a father, because oftentimes when you got good brothers out here, they can help you vet a toxic female because they will know, okay, this is not somebody I really want in my wife's social circle. And I mean, Ringo has talked about this in one of his classic streams. I mean, he sat there and talked about how the when you got to watch the company yes your wife's around, because what these women will do is try to steer you away from your husband, tell you your husband's a bad guy, your husband's being abusive, your husband's being controlling, and you're not any of those things. You're just watching out for the company she's keeping so that she won't go out here and get misled, because a lot of women, they do get misled. So you gotta watch he's watching the company she's keeping, because he knows if she gets with the wrong people, what's gonna happen is he's not gonna have a household that works. He's gonna have a household in chaos. And not only is he going to suffer, his kids are gonna suffer, because she's gonna want to be bringing all sorts of dudes around, and it's just not gonna be a good situation overall. So one of the first lines of defense for a sister out here is her man, because her husband, he's going to be like, look, a certain company you can't be around, certain folks you can't be with, because if you with these kind of people, what they're going to do is start influencing you to start doing things that are detrimental to you, because you'll get the hood rat friend who will be sitting up there talking about, oh, go on and smoke a little weed, and you sitting there on one of these jobs where they're doing drug testing, and as you smoke the little bit of weed to be cool, what happens is that the company's doing a test, and you're getting caught for weed, and you're out of a job, and that same friend who set you up is out here on your job, getting your job and getting a promotion that you could have had. So again, this is why you got to watch how you are with people. You got to watch the company you keep, because certain folks out here ain't looking out for you. And again, this is something many Black women don't really think about, and they don't really think critically about. What's going on, computer robots? Glad to see you here. What's going on, Matt Torrance? I'm talking about these actresses, Tia Mowry and Keke Palmer, and I'm about to talk about Megan Good and why Black women need to watch the company that they keep. Now, another woman who needed to have watched the company she kept was actress Megan Good. Now, Megan Good was out here, I believe she was married to a pastor, and it was revealed that while she was married to this pastor, she decided to divorce that pastor, possibly on advice from Halle Berry. Now, Halle Berry is not somebody a sister would be trying to keep company with or take advice from, because Halle Berry is a woman who has gone through 3 failed marriages and 1 baby daddy, has 2 kids by 2 different fathers, and she shouldn't be the one to give a married woman any advice, because she has already proven that she is not somebody a married woman would want to take advice from. A woman who has gone through 3 failed marriages and 1 baby daddy, that's not somebody a married woman should be listening to, because this woman has actively participated in the paradigm of failure multiple times. And since she's participated in the paradigm of failure, she cannot tell another woman to have a successful relationship and maintain a marriage. That's one woman any smart woman would never listen to, because Halle Berry is a certified failure, and as a certified failure, she's not somebody any woman should listen to. But I was reading on Facebook that Megan Good listened to Halle Berry, and after she listened to Halle Berry, she got rid of her husband. And after she got rid of her husband, she then went out here looking for the better deal, like Tia Mowry is doing right now. And she wound up getting a raw deal with a white boy who basically just turned her out. And now, after being turned out by the white boy, she's not really anybody anybody's really thinking about. And again, this is what happens when you don't watch the company you keep. They will make you miserable in their company. And what they're looking to do is sabotage your relationship because they're jealous of your success. And that's what I believe happened with Megan Good. Halle Berry was jealous of the fact that Megan Good was married. She was jealous of the success of that marriage. And because she was jealous of that success, what she looked to do is covertly go in talking about, I'm your friend. I want to give you some advice. And she gives them advice. Oh, get rid of your man. And that's what they do is go out here and take the advice from this so-called friend, not understanding so-called friend is on the road to bust downtown where she's going to be 50, 60, 70, even 80% off in the social marketplace. And she's going to have you on the lot of bust downtown where you're going to be 50, 60, 70, even 80% off the original social marketplace value. And you're going to throw away your abundant life. You're going to throw away your good home. You're going to throw it all away looking for the so-called better deal. And there's no better deal to come to you. This is what many sisters don't understand. They're sitting there hoping, wishing, and praying that they'll be able to find the quote unquote good man that Madison Avenue and Hollywood have provided for them. And what they're sitting there looking for is that so called good man, not understanding you already had the good man because nobody is perfect. And because no one is perfect, oftentimes what you're going to find is the best that you're going to find because what you've got right here is the best it's going to be. But the miserable friend, they want to tell you there's going to be better, but there's nothing better than what you've already got. That's something many sisters out here don't really understand. And they don't have anybody to sit down and talk to them and tell them, hey, you got to really understand, you got to watch this company you're keeping. You got to watch these folks who you're around. You got to watch these folks you're getting involved with because these folks you're getting involved with, a lot of them, they're not looking out for you because they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you successful. They want you to go out here and chase a ideal. And they want to tell you, oh, you're going to be able to find a better man. But there's no better guys out there once you reach a certain age, like a Tia Mowry or a Megan Good. No, there's only a handful of leftover simps and maybe a couple of quality guys. Again, they're very rare. So what's out here mostly are these bitter dudes. What's out here are the Pookies and Ray Rays. What's out here are the really busted dudes. I mean, you're not going to find quality brothers after a certain age because the pool of men who were chasing you when you were young, many of those guys they've moved on. And again, many women, when they saw that guy and if he was doing well, they snatched him off the market extremely quickly. And I go into that in my novel Spinsterella, where I talk about how Matilda was watching The Quiet Man. And after she watched The Quiet Man, she just basically got him off the market because, again, women are watching you and when they see a quality dude, they're going to come in and they're going to step to that brother and they're going to let him know that they're available and they're interested. And they're going to get that brother right off the market even before he's even it starts checking for the women because women are constantly checking for men and they're constantly checking for dudes. So you could be going about your routine, going about your work. And if they see you going to work every day for 6, 7 months, or even like 9, 10 months, they're going to wait for that right time to step and make their move. And they're going to step and make their move and let that brother know, hey, I'm available. Hey, I'm interested. And that guy's going to see, okay, if this sister is looking real fly, they're going to go and snatch that brother right off the market. I'm glad you're enjoying the broadcast, Black Spider. I'm glad to see you here. But this was another one of my impromptu live streams because I saw the picture of Tia Mowry on social media. And when I saw that picture, I had to go in. She's sitting there talking about how love is going to find her again. No, love ain't going to find Tia Mowry, even though she's all light-skinned and pretty. No, once you get a certain age and once you have soul ties with another man and you've got kids with another man, many of the guys in your age range, many of the guys out here, they ain't going to be interested. And all you're going to run into are Pilkies and Ray Rays. All you're going to run into are young guys who are basically looking to use a woman. And again, basically, Tia Mowry, she's not going to find love. She's going to find a lot of lustful simps. And all of these simps, what they're going to be doing is looking to, again, go to bus downtown, find a woman on a discount. And when they're looking for is that discount deal. And that's how she's going to get exploited, sadly, like many others were exploited. Like I think about the late Dorothy Dandridge and how she was exploited because she got involved with Jack Dennison when she was older. I think about many other women who got involved with men when they got older. And in most cases, it doesn't turn into the May December romance that Madison Avenue and Hollywood promote. No, it turns into women just basically getting turned out because the guys just go out here and take all of her money, and they go out here and take advantage of her. They take advantage of her. They take her money, use her resources. And again, she's sitting up there as an older woman, not understanding how she's being ripped off because what these young guys do is that they gas her head up, tell her what she wants to hear. And again, because there's no husband to protect her, what happens is she's in the company of predators, and these predators are basically preying on her. And that's sadly what happens to women like Tia Mowry and Megan Good. They wind up getting preyed on because of the company they keep. Thank you, Wall Street Tech, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I'm going to carry on with this live stream because I believe that it's important that sisters know that you got to watch that company you keep, because that company you keep will keep you from being able to go out here and will be able to live a life where you can be at peace. So you won't be able to live a life where you can be at peace because what happens is that you've got this company that's misleading you, and you're being misled in a lot of cases because you don't have a husband who can be that leader who will protect you. And while these women are misleading you, they'll have you in a vicious circle, and they'll have you in a vicious circle because you'll be just failing left and right, following their advice. And as you follow their advice, it'll be like you going round and around, chasing your own tail, and you'll be going nowhere while they're getting ahead at your expense. That is something sisters really need to think about, because you got to think about the company you keep. You got to think about the people you get involved with. You got to think about those kind of folks, because it's oftentimes your homegirls who will be the ones who will stab you in the back if you don't watch who you're getting involved with. Because oftentimes it's those friends, they know the most about you. And because they know the most about you, what they will do is take what you have told them, and they will use it against you. Because when it comes down to these predatory females, what they do is get close to you, and they know, because many women are gullible and many women are emotional, what they will do is go out here and they will start giving them the very information that will take them out. That is something many sisters, again, really got to think about, because you got a lot of females who want to say that they're your friend, but they're not really your friend. They really enemy, and these enemies look to go out here and use your information to bring you down. We've got 47 in the room. We got 27 likes. Let's get the likes up again, because that's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. So let's get those likes up. And the reason why I have to make this stream is because, again, I'm looking at these so-called successful women like Tia Mowry, Keke Palmer, and Megan Good, and I see them making the same mistakes I saw young sisters making out here. I mean, I saw a lot of young sisters who had a lot of promise, and they went on the road to becoming baby mamas, and some of them wound up extremely miserable, and it was all because they didn't watch the friends they were having. And you gotta really watch the friends you're having, because the wrong friends can lead to your M. The wrong friends can go out here and jam you up. The wrong friends can go out here and mess up your whole life. But your wrong friends can go out here and jack up your whole life situation, because these friends, they will go out here and just play you like a sucker. I mean, these are the women who will tell you, you don't need that, man. You don't need this job. You don't need nothing. You can go on and go on. It's like they'll have you going on a bad road. And again, this is why you gotta watch the friends you got, because those friends, they will be the ones who will keep you single. They are the ones who will keep you miserable. They are the ones who will have you alone. And then after they have you alone, they'll be sitting up there with your man, enjoying your life, enjoying your house. I mean, that's something many women don't really think about. They don't think about, hey, this friend is just, they're in your house and they're in there with your man. And that's all because you weren't on guard and you didn't have good friends to keep you on guard and on point. That is something sisters really got to think about, because, again, when I look at all three of these celebrity black women, I see what happens to derail many sisters, because they didn't watch the company they kept, because the company you keep is a reflection of you, and that company that reflects on you, it can be either be positive or negative. So that's why you got to watch who you hang with. You got to watch who you associate with. And that was something I learned back when I was a teenager. I mean, you couldn't, I tried to keep my distance from guys like dope boys, because these are the kind of guys, while they're out here looking like they are so-called cool, what they will do is, these are the guys who will flip you just when you're doing all right. These are the guys who will set you up to do something stupid. And the same thing goes on with many sisters out here. These are the people who will set you up to do something stupid. And again, you have to watch them at all ages, and you have to watch them at all ages, because these are the people who will mess up your whole game. And the thing is, you don't want to mess up your game, because, again, God has the very best for you, and he has the very best out here. But you have to be in a place where you can receive those blessings, and you don't want to go out here and have somebody from the devil's crew go out here and take you off that road where you'll miss out on those blessings. You don't want to be like a Tracy Ellis Ross, who is 50 years old and lamenting the fact that she couldn't find a man to have children with. Again, she was another one who kept a lot of company with these feminist types, and in her older age wound up missing out on a quality man, because she was out here trying to follow the ratchetness of shows like Girlfriends, trying to be the independent woman. And now she's on the road to becoming an independent woman who's going to be by herself for the rest of her life. And now she's lamenting this, and now she's lamenting it because she had all of these opportunities to find a quality brother to build a family with. And while she had this somewhat successful career in Hollywood, she's missing out on the love of a relationship with a man. So that's what happens when you get involved with the wrong company. You miss out on the very best. You miss out on a great life. And again, while you may have that financial success, you miss out on the abundance of life that God has for you. You miss out on the joy that God wants to give you. You miss out on the peace of life, and you miss out on other things that are more than, the so-called jobs or the so-called happiness. Like Tia Mowry is looking for this happiness, looking to graduate out of marriage, trying to sate her feelings. and finding that she's out here looking for something, but is finding nothing at all. Nightingale Wednesday Nightmare is talking about a film called Last Night in Soho. I might have to check that movie out. And yeah, it sounds interesting about, that's what when women get involved with the wrong crowd, because I've seen that happen. That was a movie that came out in the 80s. I think it was called Foxes, that detailed the same thing. I think that was with Jodie Foster. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but again, lots of examples of running into the wrong company, because the wrong company, they may seem charming, they may seem like they're so-called fly, but the whole thing is they're not what you think they are. They think that you think that they're one thing, but they're not what you believe that they are. Jerobi makes a good point. He says you got to watch out for the so-called guy friends. These are the manginas, and he makes a good point. And I talk about that in my book, Manginas. They look like men, but they act like ladies. Yeah, you got to watch out for those guy friends too, because these guys will be talking greasy about your husband, talking greasy about your boyfriend, and they'll be trying to break you up too. And what they want to do is, when you break up, try to slip in on the side. And I talk about this in Stop Simping. They want to come in sideways, and they want to come in sideways so that they can go out here and get with you. But the way they coming in just basically is showing that this guy, he's lame, and he just wants to get with you, but he's trying to come in sideways. And again, that's just not how a dude goes out here and does things. A dude doesn't go from the side coming in after somebody breaks up. No, a man needs to go face to face, and he goes face to face with those who he's interested in from minute one, because that's how a man operates. But these manginas, what they want to do is they want to come in slick, and then after they come in slick and get you to go out here and leave your man, then they want to get with you, and then after they get with you, then they want to go out here and talk greasy. They want to call themselves cheating, and then saying, "Oh, I meant to do that." And KJ is right. This is the dirty Mac, dude. And again, these are the slick guys sisters gotta watch out for. And again, all related to watching the company you keep, because not everybody who says they're a friend is a friend. And that's something sisters really got to think about when they're out here and they're socializing out here. You got to really think about that company you keep. And Computer Robots talks about several classic videos I did in the Hollywood Historical Women in Crisis series that show you women like this who got involved with bad company. Women like Barbara Payton, Lana Turner, Lupe Velez, and Jane Mansfield. All of them got involved with the wrong folks and got jammed up bad. And again, it can happen to women out here. But when I look at all three of these women, again, textbook examples of why Black women need to watch the company they keep, because a lot of the company you keep is out here looking to creep. Now, I'm going to get ready to wrap up tonight's stream, and I'm asking everybody to put in a pre-order for John Haynes' Godbreaker, the latest book in the John Haynes series, and I hope you'll pick up a copy of John Haynes' Godbreaker in paperback on March 31st. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would go out here and put in that pre-order for John Haynes' Godbreaker by clicking the link in the chat. That would really be appreciated. That helps keep the channel going. It helps keep the SJS Direct imprint getting sales. And I'm trying to get the sales up on SJS Direct books. And there's a lot of great books out here like John Haynes' Godbreaker. And there's another great book that I think that will help you, and that is The Woman Crisis. Now, The Woman Crisis goes in detail on many of the subjects I talked about tonight. And in The Woman Crisis, you guys can learn more about this quest for the better deal and how this quest for the better deal leads to sisters winding up with a raw deal. Now, another book that will help a lot of sisters out here is Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because there's a reason why women like Tia Mowry, Megan Good, and Keke Palmer are single, and that is because they buy into narratives by white feminists, and if you buy into those narratives, you will wind up lost. And I go into this in why 70% of Black women are single. And this book, if Tia Mowry or Keke Palmer and Megan Good had read it before they had made decisions, it might have made them change their life. I mean, a lot of sisters have had their lives changed by why 70% of Black women are single. And when I look at all three of these women I discussed tonight, they wound up being single. One of the reasons is due to the company that they kept. And this is something sisters really need to think about as related to their relationships. And again, you can get that book on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also get it at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to support the channel by giving a donation, you can send a donation to the Cash App. That's greatly appreciated. It helps me stay on the air. And every donation you give helps me go out here and create projects like many of the SJS Direct books, like The Woman Crisis, or many of the books in my fantasy books, like the John Haynes series, and the ISIS series, and the E-Steam series, presenting you positive images of Black women and Black womanhood, like ISIS and E-Steam, or Spinsterella, or the Thetas. Lots of great books on the SJS Direct imprint. And I'm asking everybody over the course of Black History Month to pick up one of the books on the SJS Direct imprint. So I really want to thank everybody for coming out to tonight's stream. I really appreciate you guys spending your Saturday morning with me and your Friday night with me. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Everybody have a great evening, and everybody have a great night. There is a major benefit, one full boss, to everybody reading from men reading The Woman Crisis, because it will help you understand why many of our women in the country are lost and why they're having many of the issues. And a lot of men have learned from The Woman Crisis why many women are struggling out here and why things aren't working out in their life. So there's a lot of benefits to reading The Woman Crisis, just like it is for reading The Man Crisis. So this could help your daughter or your sister or your mother or your wife. It can help you have a better relationship with them, because The Woman Crisis teaches you all about why many women are having a hard time, and it also shows you the solution, which is helping women become back a part of God's natural order. So I'm hoping that answers your question as related to a man reading The Woman Crisis. And a lot of guys have been reading The Woman Crisis. I've gotten a lot of feedback from guys. So I'm hoping that answers your question. Everybody have a good evening, and everybody have a good night. So thank you all, and I'll be back. I hope to be back next week with another stream.